Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to today's DKR time trial match between Bandow and Andy Panther. Today I have on commentary with me the one and only Mrs. Gizamalu. How's it going, Giz?
Doing good. It's gonna be fun to watch some DKR. I have not been involved too much in this tournament so far, so it's time for me to get in on it.
Yep, so far
So
it's
yeah.
been fun, so let me
hmm
just get us counted down here. Start on Womo Plains Plain. This is Bandow's pick. Andy Panther has banned Fossil Canyon.
Also, Canyon is an interesting ban.
Yeah, I think it's a good one though because it's such an unpredictable track in almost every vehicle. I think the only one that it's really consistent in might be hover, and even then, one mistake in hover there I think can lose you a lot of time. So I think it makes sense, but it's not what you would expect.
hmm I think Andy is a little bit upset about this pick though, because I know that Andy he likes to do this in car, and I think he would have a greater chance. Like he did like. If I recall correctly, he raced this with Quest uh, in a few matches ago and matched him pretty well.
Really? Dang. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
because Quest, this is like a hard tracking car, and Quest was flying on the water, and he was driving, faster, but he was more inconsistent. So Andy was not too far off. But then, of course, since this is not one try and this is a three try, I think Best had like a 131 or 132 in the end, and then it was a little too much.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a few tracks where I think some people have really been shining. Uh, like playing against Peegs last night, she was under a second away from beating me in Everfrost Peak hover, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I saw I have seen a few things here and there, and I did see when Peaks facing was a dupe or someone when she was getting like 108 and stuff in the Fossil Canyon hover.
Yeah, people better
That
watch
would have
out.
been
Peegs is a very, very good shot at bracket.
yeah. She She might be a little underrated in a tournament like this, but she's a very good time trialer.
hmm
Like you can't really say anything else. I mean, uh, I don't know. I feel like she underrated herself in the beginning as well. But she's ranked number 17 on the total leaderboard, which is very very strong.
Definitely. All right, so we are off now.
hmm
This is definitely a really good pick for Bandow. He has quite a bit of skill with this track. Recently got
Yeah,
world record for himself. I
yeah,
think Obayo took it back from him, but still second
yes,
place
sir.
is nothing to sneeze at, especially with a 118.
hmm That is true. Uh, let's see. And as we can see kind of early here.
Ooh, there it is.
Yeah, yep, that's the thing.
Uh-huh.
But, the first lap difference was still, you know, 6 seconds. So even with that bonk, it's still a pretty big lead for Bandow.
Yeah, for sure. I think he still has quite a bit of speed over Andy on many of the other parts in this track, but Andy's taking it easy. He's taking it slow, so he's actually not that far behind Bandow. A couple more mistakes like that, and Andy could very easily take this first round.
If we get a windmill bonk here, then,
Oh yeah.
but no, he gets a double zipper. Now it's kind of rough. Well, yeah, I mean, But if we see like Andy's PB is a 137,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that Bandow will beat that here. 134. Yeah. 134.40. Definitely a rough time though for Bandow.
Yeah,
You
he's
know.
gonna be looking for better.
Yep. But even Andy, I think, like he missed a couple of zippers and stuff like that, so he's definitely gonna go for a better thing as well. And Bandow deleting the staff ghosts.
Going all out.
Hmm
Yeah, I
No
don't.
barrels, very
From
few
Andy.
barrels here from Andy. He's just holding a, you know, doing casual beginning. I think that's the main. Uh, that was like the main thing, the main difference between the two. Andy's going very slow here on the first lap, but then more all out when when he has the bananas.
Right.
Um, like, and as a tip for people who want to like get better in playing, try to avoid just holding A. Like, as you can see, the difference. Of course, like Bandow is a top player in playing, but as you can see, he tries to barrel everywhere. Sure, he bonks and does a bunch of mistakes, but even though he bonks like 3 times, he still beats Andy's time by a few seconds. And yeah, that's like just a good showcase of how much faster it is to just go all out. So yeah.
Yeah, plane really is absurdly fast when everything goes perfectly. Bandow and Obayo, players like that are proof of it. they
Mhm.
they really do just give it their all.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check.
Ouch.
Yeah, but the 27-second lap there is gonna. Yeah.
That'll carry it for sure.
hmm Let's see here. What did Andy get? 143. That's a little rough. Another 134. I'm not sure. What was the first one?
This first one was
134.
134 as well. That was
Yeah, but
only an improvement by 5/100ths of a second.
yep. Consist to see how consistently he played. I'm kidding. But this is still yeah. I mean, this is a very tough one to do. One tries on, like, holy.
Yep.
I remember back in the last time trial tournament, when I was facing Obayo here, I think both of us, in the one try got around the 134 mark as well, because of the bonks and other things. So, yeah, it
Yep,
is
it
a
happens
very
all the
tough track
time.
too. Yep. And even, like the best playing player who is Obayo still struggles a lot with this one. Even though he has a world record, doesn't always mean that it's easy to perform every time in time trials. So let's see here. I just want to check.
Oh, just barely missing that air zipper.
hmm
I think this is one of the plane tracks where a lot of the angles are really kind of confusing. Like Ancient Lake is
Yeah.
probably exhibit A of a track where it's everything is just slightly at the wrong angle and it nothing lines up exactly how you wish it would. But
Yeah.
like this ground zipper that Bando's going for inside the windmill, it's so precise.
It's not even precise. I think it's something else. Because you can like slide over it and it doesn't register.
Yeah,
So
it's weird. I don't know what exactly decides. There's another 27. He had a much better
yeah.
first lap this time though, so we can see if he pulls out a
Yeah.
time Bando might be happy with.
However, there's this point for Bandow.
Yep.
because Andy's done with all of his 3 ones.
Oh, sorry, ending.
Yeah, still 127. I mean,
Right.
127 is still a decent time, and then you can then you can imagine that the world record is at 117. So
Still 10 seconds that could have been taken off there. Pretty insane.
yeah, very crazy.
All right, we're having some fun today. We're doing EP Car next. Rather infamous track.
EP car is an interesting choice.
I think it's a good one though because although we're doing three tries this time around, I think there's still ample opportunity for Tilt to take over. And Andy might earn himself a point here if Bandow isn't as familiar with this as he wished he was.
Yeah. Just for fun. And of course, let's see here. Andy has a new PB here. The 1:16:15 that does not show up on the thing because it's pending right now. A lot of times pending here actually. I just saw. I guess I have to do some stuff later. Except sometimes. But yeah, as you can see, Bandow's PB is a 104 versus Bandy's 1:16:15.
Yeah,
So
definite advantage here, but we'll see how it pans out. During my match last night, it definitely dawned on me that people you lose familiarity with the track after a while, I think.
yes, sir. That's what happens.
Very, very easily too. And it's hard to remember exactly what you did before to even get your PB. So,
Yeah.
who knows how long it's been since Bandow's played? We can see how it goes
It's
for
pretty
him.
cool, it's pretty even.
Yeah, this is
1
pretty good.
second apart to the first lap. And Bandow does a mistake there, or makes a mistake. Another one? No? Okay, I thought it would bonk there actually, but he didn't. He saved it.
Oh, wow. Still not far behind.
Nope.
Actually, just about dead even. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, no!
Oh no! Andy.
Oh, man.
He had the chance there. What an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Both got a pretty good jump there, though.
Yep. And of course, we'll see here. This jump. Oh. Alright, so 118 and a 120.
Yep.
I mean, this is not, you know,
Horribly
impossible
far
for,
apart.
no, this is definitely possible for Andy if Bandow struggles like that.
Andy's starting his second attempt. I think it's a good idea for Andy to pick tracks where, you know, it might require crazier gameplay to go super fast, because I think Bandow is almost always going to go for it. And if he gets punished for it and Andy doesn't, that's a huge edge, I think.
Yes, that's what we saw there in the first first run there. Bandow made a lot more mistakes, but you know, he's a quicker player.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely, like that's that's a cool thing about this tournament. I think that you can choose strategies like that.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless, and I think it almost turns into like you got to play mind games a little bit.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I think when we get into like, not Kavessa's bracket, Obio's bracket, it'll be really interesting to see some of those players go head to head. Ooh,
Yeah.
rough bonk.
But still, this is still a very strong. Is it sub 110? No, almost. It's a 110.
Good attempt.
Ooh. Yeah. 117 from Andy, but a 110. Ooh, that sounds a little.
Rough to compete against. We'll see
Yeah.
if he can have an epiphany in this last attempt here and have an
It's not
explosive
impossible.
attempt.
I think a 110 like is in there, but then he has to let go of the safety card because all of his like big jumps and all that have been on the safer side. And
Right.
if he wants to actually beat a 110, he has to ignore that. And he's not doing that right now.
Right.
He kind of has, like, if he wants to have a chance at beating it, he needs to do something different. Ooh, that's harsh. Because what you can see, like, the difference between Bandow and Andy in the big jump here is that Bandow maintain his drift all the way through. And that means that you have a possibility of not losing all your time at the peak of the hill. No, not all of your speed at the peak of the hill, but if you go drive straight forward, you will always lose speed. And I mean, it's understandable that it's hard to just change strats or something, but but when he knows that he's behind, he should probably go a little crazy. But he kind of accepted defeat there. Maybe a harsh comment, but I feel like that was the case.
Right. Okay, so that is the third run. See what Andy picks next.
So we have not chosen any hover. I'm not sure if he's going to. I saw when Andy was playing last time that was choosing spaceport hover against Kvess, which in my opinion is a little was maybe not the best choice because Kvess like 5 days earlier got the world record in that specific track. But against Bandow, I mean, the thing is, Bandow is a decent hover player, but andypanther likes these weird tracks like Space for Alpha hover, and I don't think that Bandow would be too happy about that.
Yeah, I think
to be honest, so.
there's some picks that Andy could make that would definitely work in his favor. I think almost anything Space Bar Alpha. Car would be great, a good pick if he feels confident in that, but Hover would be a very good one as well.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I think that would be a really good pick, but it was a weird pick against Kvess, as Kvess had just grinded the track and gotten the world record, but I think against Bandow, it's a really good pick.
So slightly similar, not exactly what we're talking about, but he is going to go with Space Dust Alley Hover.
Yep.
I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think that's in the same area of choices. I think, let's see. They're pretty close there in PBs. Three seconds off, and as we saw in Everfrost, 12 seconds wasn't, well, like in the first race and in the first race they were really close, so 3 seconds here does not really mean too much, especially if Andy feels confident here. but I do like this pick. I think this is a good pick.
I'm trying to think of other ones that he could go with that would throw Bandow for a loop. I think he needs to avoid most of the default tracks.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, Bandow is not only like, I mean, he's 15th in the combined leaderboard in time trials, but you know, he's also a very good RTA player, and I think that's what you're going at. Like,
Yep.
his ATR time is very good. He has a lot of good times in general in the RTA, and is competitive there. So yeah, avoiding those is probably a good idea.
For sure. Still not too far apart just yet here. I think Andy had one bad head-first bonk in the first lap.
I guess it'll happen for both.
Oh yeah. It's easier than it looks, I think. Getting that line right is tricky.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, it is. It is very tough. This is not an easy track to play. And it does have a decent lead here, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have to
But, I
make a
mean,
pretty big mistake for a catch-up on this first run. Nice straight line through the tunnel, though. That was really good looking.
same
Andy
for
as well. Nice.
So this is a 140 flat, and a 40.08.
And there's the 3 seconds. Or just about. I think this
Yep.
is 4. Yep.
Yep, a 140.08 versus a 144.58. I have to say though, sure, his PB is a 140.61, but looking at his gameplay there, I definitely feel like he could get a sub 140 here. So I think Bandow needs to improve that time to get this. I don't think that 140.08 will be the winning time here.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Ooh, bonk. They're basically equal in this attempt. Both of them hit the zipper at
Oof.
25 seconds. But yeah, it was a rough tunnel there. And of course the asteroid.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good boost. You see Andy is actually hopping right before he enters the tunnel, and that's actually something I think he wants to avoid doing, because it
Yep.
appears like he's losing quite a bit of speed.
He does. You want to use the hop at the end of the boost and not in the beginning of it. And also, when you're going uphill, you kind of want to avoid hopping in general.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's rough.
Ah, yep, that bonk was not nice.
So this is looking like this would be a sub 140 attempt for Bandow.
Yeah, maybe. No.
Nope. Slower last lap than I thought. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Must have missed something there. Okay. Going into the last attempt here.
It's I still think that the 140.08 will be beaten here.
Yeah, I mean that last attempt was so close, and the last lap was just rough enough to take it away. So I think Bandow has a nice clean attempt that should be beaten for sure.
That was a. This first lap is a way better than the last one. He straight up
Oh,
ignores the zipper though.
that's
Yeah, that's good
definitely
by Andy.
slower. I don't think I could replicate that if I tried.
Ooh, that was a good turn by Andy.
Yeah, very good. Best
But
first
Andy
lap.
still, yeah, but he still needs to stop hopping in the uphill.
Yeah,
That's
I
slowing
think
him down a bunch.
you can tell he's cutting his boost short a little bit sooner than he should. Oh, there we go. That was
Yeah,
better.
that's a good jump.
Yeah.
That's a good jump. That's what it's supposed to look like. Because when you hop too early, you just like smash your face into the ground a little
Mhm.
bit and kill the boosts.
Yeah, it's something you want to do at like at the very, very end of the boost. Nowhere in the middle. You can see
Yeah,
Bandow's a great example of
that
a
was a
very,
great.
very good boost.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting about hover is it's probably the riskiest part about it is trying to keep your boost for as long as you can, because the moment you press A again, uh, it's all gone. Pressing A will be more consistent. It'll probably be cleaner that way, but.
Yeah.
And we did not see the 140.08 beaten, so no sub
No.
140 here, but we saw a
Very
lot of
from
consistency from Bandow.
yeah, very surprising. I mean, he made like 3-second mistakes on at least one lap
hmm
every time. But yeah.
That can be a
Still.
given though on these longer tracks.
Mhm. So Bandow wins with 140.08. I still think that that Andy is a little unhappy with that because sure he would have had a PB, but I think that I feel like he felt like that was close. He could have had that without a few of the mistakes.
Yeah.
In the 142.50 that he got in the last round there, he missed zippers and stuff. So yeah.
Walrus Cove car. So this is a default pick.
Wow. That's kind of a surprising choice. Walrus Cove car, okay. I would not have guessed.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. Maybe hover here,
Yeah.
but we'll see. This can be an equally frustrating track, I think. There are some YOLO strats. I don't think we'll see Bando go for them or Andy, because they are
You
really
don't think so?
inconsistent. I don't think so. I don't think very many people go for
No.
the canyon cut.
Yeah. We'll see. Uh, uh, is the track changed in the thing? It says Space Dust Alley hovercraft still.
Ah, here we go. See what the PB comparison looks like.
Yep. 128 versus a 1. Yeah, look at these laps. 0.4. Ooh,
Wow.
Andy is taking a ride, but still not too bad of a mistake. Yeah, this is close. I mean, maybe this track is a bit of a nemesis for. Oh, he missed a zipper there.
Oh no.
He's making a lot of mistakes here.
Yeah, Andy actually catching up.
Yeah. But it's still the best time that counts, so
Mm-hmm. There's a lot left to play.
yeah. So Bantam still needs to make another pretty big mistake for Andy to catch up here. And he
Oh,
kind of does, but it's not
Andy
enough
also does.
anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Andy made a very similar mistake, unfortunately.
So 131. 132.06. versus what? 134.11. All right. Oh, yeah, 2-second difference. And their PBs are like 3 seconds apart. So, yeah. Also interesting that Bandow goes for the ghostless here.
Yeah, I don't know how much Ghostless actually helps on this track. I think typically Ghostless
No
is good
idea.
for legless zippers, but I have never seen a... I think this zipper here that Andy's going on, this is the only one that is actually legless on the track, and it doesn't matter if the
Yeah.
ghost is there or not, it seems. So,
No. Yep. That's right. That's my observation as well.
mm-hmm.
So 32 first lap, just like last time. I think if I was Andy's coach, I would tell him to try to go a little more crazy at times. You know what I mean? Because I feel
Yeah,
like Bandow is such a reckless player, you know.
very.
So, and you know, if you're behind and you're losing, oh, that was a good lap. But if you're behind and you're losing, you kind of need to do something, you know.
Yeah, almost definitely. I think that's the thing, is the better you get at this game, the crazier you can play, and the more consistently you can play crazy.
I
Looks
think
like
that's the case. I think he needs to change his strats up a little bit because, you know, if you're behind by 2-0 in ice hockey, you know, and what you're doing isn't working, you have to come up with some new tactics, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the same here.
So
I
that's
mean, that's a good.
actually that's the best time. We're gonna
Yeah,
see what a Bandow gets right now. It looks like it's gonna be better.
yeah.
Yep,
It looks like.
slightly better by about 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
A
last lap really carried that one.
1:29.91. So now Andy needs to do something here because he needs a 2-second improvement.
Yeah, there's a couple areas where he could YOLO a little bit harder. One of them I think is this one right here, where he's just kind of rubbing up against the wall on the right. I think you should go for a really hard B tap there to just cut the corner as fast as you can. But that can be hard too, especially
Yeah,
if you
but
want
he
to
has-
grab the cave bananas.
Yeah, but if you're on your attempt 3 and you're behind, and you need to beat the time, you have to just give it your all and not get just another consistent attempt, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think, yeah, as said, if I was coach, then I'd tell him to YOLO a bit more here. I mean, he's been in the community for years and years and years. He has the strats in his head, just that he doesn't have it in his hands, maybe. But you know, got YOLO.
Oh, dang.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That was an
I mean,
unfortunate turn.
that's what happens sometimes.
Looks like Bandow's having a pretty good attempt here so far.
133.
jinxed it.
Yep. Yep, but that's a point for Bandow.
Bandow's up to 4. This tournament we are going to 7. As soon as one player hits 7, they have won the match officially. I think the max we go to is 13, so...
I kind of want to see Spaceport Alpha hover. TC plane, okay. Interesting pick, but I still think, because as we've been talking about, you know, in this tournament. I mean, you and I were in the last tournament, and you got second there.
Yep.
And you were able to beat Nordic in the semifinal, but then in the final, you got beaten by Obio, and as we've been talking about before, the main reason he beat you by a lot, 7-3, 7-3, I think, was because he had a really good strategy and knew what he would choose against you. And I think
Yeah.
easy plane. I'm not sure if I agree with this choice because I know that Bandow has been grinding this track not that long ago, and he has a top time here. As you can see, it's third place. This is the track that he's very, very good at. So this is basically, you know, taking Bandow to his home field. That's kind of what I feel.
Right. Even though this track has a lot of opportunity for really harsh bonks, like everywhere, like that, it's still going to be pretty hard to beat Bandow here because he is such a rabid plane player.
Yep.
Interesting
As you
track
see.
though. This is like one of my favorite time trials actually because
Hmm.
there's a lot of different routes and options you can choose from.
Yep. It has changed a lot over the years.
Mm-hmm. Andy suffering a super harsh bonk. That's
I
one of the ones
remember
we're
back,
talking about.
yeah, I remember back in 2017 or whatever it was when I beat the world record here, and yeah, the strats at the time were just so much slower, but very hard, and it has been evolved. It has evolved so much in the last 4 years. It's actually really cool. But yeah, as I kind of mentioned here, Bandow gets a 48 that beats Andy's PB by 5 seconds. Yeah. I personally feel like this was a poor choice from Andy's part, but
I think the other
yeah.
perspective as well. Like when I played with Peegs, I had chosen Frosty Village car right away because I knew that would take Frosty Village plane away, which she
Yeah.
is honestly pretty sure she
Very
still
good
has a
at.
better fast lap than me.
Yeah. She had a world record there for a while, so.
Yeah, she's very good at it, and I wanted to do the strategic pick. She's like, just so you know, I'm just gonna pick fun tracks. I was like, okay, I'm down for that. Yeah, whatever. So it might just be tracks that Andy likes as well.
Yeah.
Either way. Okay, you can see the variance here with the 52 following that 48.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that can happen, even though this is a really short track.
Oh yeah, I mean this is like, even though this track has evolved and stuff like that, it does not mean that it has become easy.
No,
It is
only
it's
harder.
very hard. Yeah, it's hard to do. I'm not sure if it's harder, but if it's definitely different. And
Yeah.
like for me, for example, I tried this for just a little bit when the new strat came out, and it was I could barely finish a lap because I was just so rooted in my old
Right.
ways.
It's hard. I haven't
Yeah,
figured it out yet myself. I still prefer. Yeah, that's harsh.
the bonks. Oh,
I still definitely prefer the older strats, and that's likely what I would use in this tournament because I know all the quirks and the angles. This one that Bandow does, where he goes all the way out to this air zipper and then barrel rolls, and then has that happen
oh
2 laps in a
no.
row. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's harsh.
Unfortunately for him, this is not a one try. So
Yeah,
he had already got his 48, and I think he knew that that's gonna be enough for a win.
a
And
lot
Andy
of
is going
the
for the old school strats. Yeah.
Yep. A lot of the pressure I think has been taken off here, thanks to the lack of the one try. I still think it's a highly competitive tournament, but God, I remember last time around it was like every single match was just, you know, sweat beading on my forehead. There's a lot of pressure. One
Yeah,
try
I mean,
and,
I
you
know,
know.
I know. Yeah, it was actually crazy. I faced Bandow in my group stage in that tournament,
Hmm.
and that was it was a harsh match for me. I played really badly, but I still had I had a really hard time beating him. Uh, I beat him 8-5 because it was first like we played 13 matches in the group stage when there was one try,
Right.
and 8-5 it was really harsh. I could have lost that one. And Bandow is uh, I mean 2 years has passed, so he's a better player today than he was 2 years ago. So Bandow is yeah, he's a great player.
Definitely. So we are going to see some hover next. This is going to be Frosty Village hover.
Frosty Village Hover.
This is a very good hover track.
Honestly, this is the pick that I like a lot more from Andy. This is the tough one, and even though I really like it, as you said as well, like it's painful, it's very hard and inconsistent, but it's when you get it, you know,
You get it.
the I mean, getting a quad in this track is honestly one of the more satisfying things you can do in the game. I mean, I'm not a hover lover. I really despise the hover in general, but you know, getting the quad here is yeah, one of the most satisfying things in the game for sure. And this has a lot coming from me, so it's yeah, it's really cool. It's very inconsistent and hard, but super cool.
Yeah, I think
So I
I've
think
still only had 2 quads, and that's in my PB. Wow! Wow!
triple,
He got the triple.
triple.
Holy crap!
Ooh,
Let's
ooh,
go. So I did want to point out, 3-lap PBs here
my
and 1-lap
lord.
PBs are dead center. They are right on top of each other.
Oh,
20th and
Andy,
21st. Yeah, Andy's on a killer pace.
popping off, man. Like that's, I
Let's
love that.
go.
Triple. Okay, it was
Still
higher, but still.
very good line.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to get everything right, but I mean, he had the positioning right. It was just that his height was off, and I mean, you can't really control that, to be honest. This attempt from Eddie, I just hope that he gets a nice last lap here, because this is a great attempt so
Huge.
far. Good.
Yep, that's
All right,
fine.
this
This is good.
yeah, I mean, it's double, but you know, good double still. This is a PB maybe. It's gonna be close.
So close.
Close, but yeah, that's a great attempt. And he has to be happy with that one. That was a great attempt.
Definitely.
The first lap was popping off. I love it, like you said, like the triple is, of course it's not a quad, but you know, a triple is still super satisfying and beautiful. Yeah, Bandow is gonna struggle. Yeah, I mean, the 123 is not that easy to beat. And as you can see, his PB is a 122. So yeah, I really like this choice from Andy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bandow might be able to pull out some magic here. I know he said he's using a new controller and he feels like his hover has improved a lot, so he might be able to sneak out a surprise PB. But a lot of that's I think a lot of that's up to the track.
Yep, yeah,
It's
for sure.
not entirely in his control. Landing a triple here, while it's basically a free PB, it's also I don't even know how to do it. Oh my god!
The triple again.
Let's
You
go.
gotta be kidding me, man.
Wow.
You gotta be kidding me. What is happening?
2690.
2690. Yeah, it's not a PB, but still a good lap.
Very
for,
good lap.
Man. And triple
2803.
again. That's such a pop off. Oh, I missed the double. That's a shame. So this is not going to beat this old time, but it's still, yeah, he's still popping off here.
Yep.
Bandow is going to struggle beating this.
Yeah, I think so. He's getting consistent times, it's looking like. But
I'm not sure. He got to 130 and now 125.
yeah, that's true. His laps
But
are more
yeah,
consistent, I think.
yeah, they are. But he's only getting doubles.
Mm-hmm. Landing a
Uh,
triple would be huge for him.
Yeah, I think if he lands a triple, he's gonna take it. But I mean, even though he does get decently consistent laps, I don't think that 3 doubles will be enough.
Yeah.
I think he needs the triple to compete with the time.
Ooh.
Yeah, good positioning again from Andy there, but
Yeah,
you know,
he's like right on
side was
line.
off.
He knows where to go.
Yeah,
But again, I think we're
and
seeing him hold A so much earlier than he needs to. There's a lot of
yep,
these zippers that he could just carry to the moon and back if he wanted to. But if he's got a cautious style of gameplay, I think.
yep. And I mean, that's something, you know, we elders try to teach newer players. Like, don't be a cautious player if you want to get really good at the game, because
Yeah, you gotta go
this
crazy.
game, yeah, this game wants you to go crazy. So you have to just let go of everything and just keep going.
It's safer, it's more consistent, but it makes it a lot harder to PB.
Yeah,
It's
Bandow
crazy.
kind of needs triple here. Let's see what he gets.
Oh,
He gets
oh
it.
my God!
What
Can he beat
time will
it?
he
I don't
get
think he
here?
can beat it.
He
Oh my God!
does. You have to
Oh
be
my
kidding me.
God!
Wow, are you serious? 123.06
Very
with
close.
triple on the last lap. Wow.
Unfucking real. Just crazy.
Wow, that's
We can see
oof.
the crazy inconsistencies. Oh wow, Andy just pointed out 123.06 is 0.01 over Andy's PB.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Let's see. Andy's got anything to pick from right now. He can play hover, plane, or car. He can do anything he wants. So we'll see. This is match point for Bandow.
Mhm.
So if Andy picks cleverly again here, like with Frosty
I
Village,
I still think he's gonna go as like he should pick Spaceport Alpha Hover,
yeah, I think you
in
should
my
too.
opinion. Spaceport Alpha Hover would be Genie
Greenwood
Hover.
Village.
Huh.
I don't think that's a
Interesting
bad
pick.
pick either. That's good, I
No.
think.
That's
I think,
huh.
honestly, I think sticking to hover's a good idea for Andy because
Yes.
he's definitely got a lot of skill in the vehicle.
Yeah. And I think, as we both mentioned, if he just like, you know, let go of the hand brake a little bit, you know, he could be
Yeah,
very, very good. Like
yeah,
those triples, he killed them off, you know, halfway through the boosts. If he had just, you know, not held A, he could have gotten quads with those. Like he carried a lot of speed.
definitely.
So Andy has a lot of potential in the hover, but he needs to take some advice for it to happen. But still, Greenwood hover, uh, great choice. What is
This
he
is,
doing?
I don't know.
Did Benno just save a new sheet?
Maybe? It shouldn't matter for this pick, though. I don't know why he
No,
was there.
he saved a new sheet.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Why?
sure that's what he did. I don't know.
He pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh, oh well, hopefully it doesn't matter though. All right. Because I think it was just Frosty Village Hover that was saved,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't matter for the ghost list, so whatever.
This could turn out to be an awesome pick for
Yeah.
Andy. I think there's really only one section of this track where, extending your boost is really important, and it's right here. And the rest of this, you actually need to cut your boost short pretty frequently to make turns sharply. So,
Yep. Yeah, this is a good pick. So we can already see it. Close. Andy actually has the
really
better first
clean.
map here.
30 on
Yeah.
the dot.
Yeah, 32, 36. That's what I'm saying. I think, he made a few mistakes in his picks, I think, because this one was an amazing pick. I think still think that Spaceport Hover would have been a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
His Frost Village Hover, even though he lost, was still a great pick.
This will be interesting too, because if he can irk out a win on Bandow here, and we play another, he has to
Yeah.
pick car or plane. So I'm very curious to see what he'll end up going with if that's the case.
But then it's Bandow who chooses.
That's right.
So I think he will go with a plane track.
Or a
Like
default
Ancient
car,
Lake Plane.
Jungle Falls car.
Yeah, maybe. Both of
Very,
them went
very
with,
close.
yeah,
And he still takes the time.
yep, by a half second.
Let's see where we go next.
This is such a crazy game.
I was gonna say before, this game's kind of like, it's like a rubber band that you're like pulling on, and you don't think you can go any farther on pulling on the rubber band. But as it turns out, you can actually pull it much, much farther than you think.
Yeah.
And it's like every year we find out how much farther it could actually be pulled.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous.
Very interesting game.
Yeah, when I started playing this game 8 years ago, I think I just wouldn't fathom what would happen. Would have happened in this game. It's just absolutely so ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So I think we're gonna see Bandow's background hover skills carrying him through here a little bit.
Yeah,
Just looking at his lap times, this is a pretty good attempt.
Yeah, PB pace almost.
I think so. 118 maybe. 120. Yep.
Yeah, it's PB.
120.76.
Yeah. PB by Bandow.
Sweet.
Good timing.
So 120.76. This is the time to beat. Yeah, Andy has to PB by
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah. So we can see if he can pull it out.
I still feel like the potential is in there, but
Mm-hmm.
to bring it out into one try is obviously hard. And I mean, we did see Bandow doing that crazy thing and getting a triple on the last lap there.
Oh man, yeah. Just barely squeezing out the win.
Yep. It is interesting here to see because they were neck and neck in the woods, but Bandow is just slightly better technique made him be a second ahead just by better snaking.
Right.
Ooh,
Dang.
both of them with the same bonk.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough, I think, because Andy needs an insane last lap here to be able to get this one home.
Yeah, it would be a huge, huge one lap PB.
Yep.
And that should do it.
Flap PB as well.
Oh, wow.
So double PB for Bandow.
We are seeing that hover gameplay come out. Alright, I think we'll be having them come in for some interviews. Hello, Bandow.
Hello, man.
GG's to you.
Thank you.
Hello,
Oh.
Andy.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hello, Andy.
I gotta say, both Giz and I were losing our minds watching you play Frosty Village, Andy.
Yeah.
That was
Uh,
awesome to see two triples, 2 runs in a row. Super,
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
hype.
Wait, did he get
Yep.
2 triples in a row?
Yeah, his
In
first
2
and
runs?
second both had triples in it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
not in the same run, but the first 2 attempts had 1 each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Oh my
the
God.
crazy thing there, Andy, was that Bandow was struggling hard, but he did get a triple on the last
the
lap,
last lap.
in his last attempt.
Yeah, his time was literally a frame slower than my PB.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching you guys face off in hover because every time I pulled up your new PBs, they're really pretty close. Like on Frosty Village, Bandow was 20th and Andy was 21st in
And I
both
have
in the 3
an
lap.
unsubmitted 25 flap.
There you go. It's even closer.
And now I at least was able to go out on a high note in Greenwood Village with that 1 lap
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
It's-
for
yeah.
sure.
I just wanted to play some hover tracks at the end.
That's
Yeah,
fine. You gave yourself a death wish for TC plane. What were you thinking?
I love TC plane, and I broke my PB twice.
Wow, really?
I was pretty consistently getting like 54s, 53s, and that was
Wow.
it was really, really frustrating for me.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
Good old plane.
Mhm.
No, it was. I almost wanted to quit there.
Yeah, because
I was playing so well in practice there.
Yeah, but we were discussing a little bit like about your choices because I was like 100% sure you would choose a track like Spaceport Alpha Hover because I think Bandow would be mad about that.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that track in a while.
Yeah, so I thought
Right
that
to go
would have
for
been a great.
tracks he hadn't played in a while. Like
Yeah,
Walrus Cove, it almost worked.
yeah,
So,
but I have to
I
ask though,
played
Andy. I have to ask, like, I was just wondering because when there's one attempt left and you're behind, why don't you just like YOLO a little bit on the last attempt? Because I felt like both in the Everfrost P car and in the Boulder Scope car, you had like the opportunity to YOLO a little bit just to
I
do the thing,
tried.
but then you just played more consistently, just like you always did.
I tried in Everfrost Peak. I I have I submitted a 1:16:15 time. I think I got another 1:16 today, but just it wasn't working out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not at the 110 yet. I just recently.
yeah. 110 was
got
harsh.
better.
We understood that. I was just wondering, like for example, Boulder's Cove, you were really close. For example, you could have gone for like the extra zipper on the bridge or something like that.
Oh,
I was just thinking if you would have tried to
is
switch the tactics up there.
can you explain to me what happened at that zipper in lap 3 of Valorous Cove? Did you see that?
I'm not sure which one.
It almost like teleported me to the right. almost as if the game was skipping a few frames, the game itself, and I'm at the wall.
I'm not
You have
sure.
to
Wasn't the
clip
first
that.
time it happened.
I think you have to show me later, so I can analyze
Last
it.
lap of the last attempt. I don't get it.
Okay. I would have to check it out.
I call it the mystery bonk.
But it's usually if you're kind of close to the wall and you boost, sometimes your back gets stuck in the wall. But I'm not sure. I would have to watch it again.
My thing was I wanted to avoid certain plane tracks, so I played them with another vehicle. But I was
Yeah.
ready to face Bandow in Spaceport Lane if I had to, or Hot Top Volcano. I like the drumstick tracks.
Yeah.
I don't like Hot Top as a drumstick track. So you could have actually gotten me there, but you know,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah. I like most of the TT tracks. I've gotten I like a couple of drumstick tracks, but I don't like Hot Top.
Yeah,
as a
Bandow, you're
drumstick.
just a bit too far away from me. If you can play to your potential.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't beat you in my PBs in any 3 lap, only a few 1 laps because I'm kind of good at 1 laps,
Yeah. I'm
and you
terrible
don't
at one
really
laps.
care about them much.
I'm not really good at one laps. I care about them, but I'm just not good at them.
I think it's worth
Um,
noting too, if this was the one try format like we did last time around, I think we'd still be playing, because,
Yeah, I would have scored 2 points in the last
yep,
two tracks.
for sure.
I was
So it is interesting this time around, because I think there's so much more
yeah,
opportunity
that
for
aspect
people.
frustrated me a little bit. Also in the Peaks versus Sweener match,
Yeah.
Peaks would have scored 2 points.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think it's something interesting to keep in mind for future tournaments. Um,
Yeah.
Either a one try or go by average, perhaps. Who knows what we'll do in
There's
the
also the
future.
possibility of a more complex pick and ban system like the Star Wars Racer community uses, where like
I'm just like thinking of the past tournament when we did one try and me versus Giz, for example, and we did what was it Crescent Island car,
Yeah.
and I beat him by the slightest of margins.
Yep. I
If
jumped over
I
the zipper on the last lap.
Yeah, and
Wow.
if we had this format last time, he would have beat me probably because he's a lot more consistent. He's a lot
now
more faster than me, to be fair.
if I
So
want to be fair, some like the Frosty Village, like if it was the old format, I would have just taken it immediately because for good run. But now, like you didn't know the winner until the very last lap.
yeah, like the last straight, right? It was so tight.
Yeah.
So
Hey, GG.
you gave me a run for my money. To be fair,
It,
I was sweating. I was shaking so much.
really, because the score does not reflect it.
No, but I think
And
honestly though, I have to say that the score was a little unfair. I mean, of course, Bandow was playing better in general, but 7-0. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would have rather seen 7-2 or something like that.
yeah, definitely, I would have rather seen that. To be fair, it looks a lot closer if it's 7-2, but when it's 7-0, it looks so far apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Well, I think this is it for matches today. I know there are people looking to schedule matches for this weekend, so everyone in chat and everyone here has that to look forward to. There are some matches I know I'm really looking forward to watching, so hopefully everyone gets to tune in for those. Otherwise, I think we'll be signing off for the day now. Any last thoughts, Andy or Bandow?
No, I think I'm all
No,
good.
just congrats Bandow and clutch Bandow.
Clutch
And
Bandow.
it's still consistent play by Andy, and I think I was really hype about the triples. I love the triples, so yeah.
Beating me on my favorite track. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, well, GG guys, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, GG.
Yeah.